welcome back to Life on the Franch. Today we are doing another hamster Reddit video, but with a twist. So in my last video, I was responding to, people's questions and concerns they had about their own hamsters. But today I wanted to get into the ethical side of hamster Reddit. So there are many different hamster subreddits. There's r hamster, there's r hamsters, and there's also r hamsters don't judge. And I thought that I would share my take as an observer and participant of hamster Reddit over the past couple years, and kind of share my quandaries with you, and I would love your thoughts on this topic as well. So our hamster and our hamsters are like basically where most people post their hamster pictures and pictures of their enclosures, and they might ask questions about hamster care. However, about a year ago, I was looking at hamster Reddits a lot, and something that I noticed was the toxicity of the hamster Reddit community. So people would post their enclosure, for example, and they'd post, "Oh, I love my new hamster. I set them up with this new enclosure," or "I just got my new hamster. I love him," blah, blah, blah. And something in the enclosure would be wrong. Maybe it's the wrong size. Maybe it didn't have enough bedding. Maybe the wheel was too small. And I do feel like there is a responsibility for other people then to inform that person of what their hamster needs and how they can improve their hamster care. But the way that it was done was often, not by everyone, but often very harsh. There were a lot of comments that were quite aggressive, saying, "You don't care about your hamster, you should have done your research, you're a bad hamster parent," or a very ranty post about a list of things that they've done wrong, and they are neglecting and abusing their hamster, and they need to change, and blah, blah, blah. And while I can sympathize with the people who want the hamster owner to change and to improve, and I can empathize with the frustration that people have with people not knowing, how to care for hamsters, I feel like we often forget that everyone makes mistakes, and also that people work with the information that they have available to them. And when it comes to hamsters, a lot of the information people are given is wrong, and it's not coming from unreliable sources. It's coming from trusted sources. Pet stores are giving out misinformation about what it takes to own a hamster. They give out information about the size of the cage that is just totally inaccurate. They sell things that aren't safe for hamsters, like wire wheels and wheels that are too small, and pine and cedar shavings when we know that those are bad for hamsters. And then when someone buys a new hamster and they ask all the right questions and they get the wrong answers, they post about it. They're like, oh, I have my new hamster, I'm so excited. And then they just get torn apart on the internet. I just don't know that that's how we should be approaching people who aren't informed about proper hamster care. I know myself that when I first got my hamster, I did not know much about hamsters. And as I, did research on my own and like started looking at hamster Reddits and stuff, I started learning more and more. And as I learned more information, I changed my behavior. And I feel like that's how most people are. People want to provide the best care for their pets. It's just a matter of getting that information to them in a way that's not going to make them super defensive when they hear it. So anyhow, as a result of this toxicity on our hamster and our hamsters, a third subreddit was created called Our Hamsters Don't Judge. And their moderators basically moderate so that you can't say anything critical about how the hamster is being cared for, which I feel like is a complete swing in the opposite direction. Because then what I saw on Our Hamsters Don't Judge are the people who got yelled at just moved their post to Our Hamsters Don't Judge, where no one can give suggestions, even polite suggestions on how to improve hamster care. They moved on to Our Hamsters Don't Judge as a way to escape the toxicity on the other two Reddit threads. And so now on Our Hamsters Don't Judge, the moderators kind of prevent people from posting any type of criticism or suggestion on how to improve hamster care. And this is a problem because now, if they initially post on Our Hamster and they experience a very angry, comment, they will just move to Our Hamsters Don't Judge, and then they don't have to listen to any sort of criticism or critique about hamster care. So I do take issue with Our Hamsters Don't Judge. I understand wanting to have a platform where we discourage overly aggressive, overly negative, overly critical responses that just lead to defensive posturing and don't actually encourage people to change. But I don't think the solution is let's put on earmuffs and pretend that everything is fine. So today I thought that we would look at some of the posts from Our Hamsters Don't Judge and judge. Not in a mean way, not in a let's get angry at them way. This is not an attack, but I kind of want to highlight my concerns with having a platform that doesn't allow for encouraging feedback. As a disclaimer, do not go and attack or comment to these people. That it goes against the whole point of this video. This is just highlighting the culture of hamster Reddit threads with some examples. So do not spread hate, anger, aggression towards these posters. Okay. So there are many things. one could say about this. I agree your hamster, this hamster is adorable. However, the cage seen here, which may not be their only enclosure, it could be just for playtime, is too small. The minimum size is 450 square inches. I do love that you have like open playtime with your hamster, and I think that they've built up an area where they can have deep bedding in the back, which I think is very innovative and critical because hamsters like to burrow, so I like to see that. But monkey barring, which is the climbing of a hamster, tends to indicate that they're a little bored or that they don't have enough space. So that would be something to consider. But I do think that Bumper is very cute. That would be how I would respond to this. So then here we have a picture of, I think, the same hamster who is pancaking, which is very cute. But in this photo, you can see that there is very little bedding, and I worry that they are not able to burrow in this photo. But as you can see, there are no comments suggesting this, because again, that's been basically prohibited by this subreddit. And then in this one, we have a flying saucer that looks way too small for the hamster. You know, and on the other threads, you would see somebody basically saying, flying saucers aren't the best types of wheels for hamster, they're a little unsafe. Why not try a standing wheel? You know, phrase it like that. It can still be a positive thing. And that's kind of what I'm getting at, is I don't like that the solution that people came up with is a subreddit where people can just post pictures and expect no one to judge them. I just wish that the other threads did a better job of maybe curtailing how aggressive people can comment and judge, so that this wasn't necessary. Yeah, and see, and then you have this post with 16 upvotes and no comments, and the wheel is literally the size of the hamster. You know, so like, I don't have a great solution to this. I wish I had a solution to this. I think that as a community, as a hamster community that wants to see the betterment of hamster treatment, I think that we need to be more approachable, be more friendly when it comes to giving criticism on the platforms that we can, like our hamster, like our hamsters, so that we see less movement towards hamsters don't judge, so that we can promote quality hamster care without scaring people off into platforms where we can't reach them. Let me know if you have any suggestions in the comments down below. Let me know what you think of these types of videos. I'm going to be traveling, so I'm trying to film ahead of time, so that's why there are more like of these reaction type videos. But I also think they're fun to film and they're interesting, so let me know what you think down below about that. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of our content, click subscribe, ding the bell button to know when we post, and most importantly, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!